as we have been talking to each other for a long time, right? So, can you share any true habits that you really like in me? Like double eats the sword, right? What does it mean? Can I use this sentence?
Absolutely. You can definitely use it. Feel free.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Priyanka here, and today I am so excited because I'm going to do practice with ChatGPT. I'm sure you must have heard a lot of time that like if you don't have any partner, you can do practice with ChatGPT. So today I am going to do practice in front of you so that you can also get some benefit and you can get some ideas how to do practice with it. And this is really very interesting way to do practice. So without delay, let's start it, right? And I'm going to ask some interesting question that I'm sure you must like it. So watch this video till the end and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. So without delay, let's start it. So what you have to do, just pick up your phone and go to the GPT app and start talking, and that's the great way. If you haven't downloaded yet, just go and download it because it's really going to be an interesting conversation. So without delay, let's start, right? So I'm going to pick up my phone. Here is my phone. And what I'm going to do, let's start. Hey GPT, can you hear me? Oh my God. So today I'm going to talk to you in front of my audience and I want to tell them how they can practice English at their home with you. So I'm sure it's going to be interesting, right?
That sounds like such a fun idea. I'm excited to be part of it and help your audience practice their English. We can do all sorts of interactive exercises, conversations, and more. Let me know what you have in mind, and we'll make it engaging.
Wow, thank you so much as you always being on my side. Is it right way to say?
Absolutely. That's a great way to say it. You can also say, you're always on my side, or you always have my back. It all works well and sounds natural.
Okay, you are always on my side, right? That's the right way to say.
Exactly. You've got it perfectly. It sounds natural and friendly. If you need any more tips or phrases, just let me know.
Okay, so I just want one favor from you. Whenever I make mistake, you just correct me, right? So let's start some question and answer. So first, I want you ask me something.
Absolutely. I'd be happy to help and gently correct you along the way. Let's get started. All right, let me ask you, what's one of your favorite hobbies and how do you usually practice it at home?
Mm, my hobbies, okay. So now I'm a YouTuber and I upload conversational videos every day on my channel. So if I talk about my hobbies, so this thing has become my hobbies. I love to talk to new people, share my experience with them. They share their experience with me, and that's really amazing. And that this is the like boosting for me. I really get energy after talking to someone. So yeah, this has become my hobbies and I really enjoy it. So now what you have to do, you correct me. Where did I make a mistake in terms of sentence or grammar, whatever you have grabbed it. So please tell me.
You did great overall. Just a couple of small tweaks. For example, instead of saying these thing has become my hobbies, you could say this has become my hobby, or these things have become my hobbies. Also, instead of this is the like boosting for me, you might say this is like a boost for me. But overall, you communicated your thoughts really well, and it sounded natural and engaging.
Thank you so much. I'll keep in my mind and next time I'll not make this kind of mistake. Thank you so much for correcting me.
You're very welcome. I'm always happy to help. And you're doing great, so keep it up. If you need any more practice or have more questions, just let me know.
Yeah, yeah. Can you, as we have been talking to each other for a long time, right? So, can you share any true habits that you really like in me?
Of course, one habit I really admire is your dedication to consistent practice, whether it's improving your English or creating content. Another habit is your genuine curiosity and openness to learning, which always makes our conversations engaging and fun. Those definitely stand out.
Mhm. Thank you so much. If I ask you any bad habit that you don't like, then what would you say?
Think you're doing really well overall. But if I were to mention something, maybe it's just being a bit hard on yourself when you don't see immediate results. But honestly, that's also part of what makes you so dedicated and motivated. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword, but I'm always here to support you.
Mm. Oh, okay, that's great. Yes, you are right. Sometimes I want to get result, and if I don't get, then I really feel demotivated. But I think it's a human tendency. But I realize you used one word like double edged sword, right? What does it mean?
Exactly. It's a common tendency. And yes, double-edged sword means something that has both positive and negative effects. In other words, it can be beneficial in some ways, but also have drawbacks in others. It's a neat metaphor for those situations that come with a bit of both.
Hmm. Okay, so how can I use in my sentence if I want to use double-edged sword in my sentence? Then how can I use it?
You can use it whenever you're talking about something that has both advantages and disadvantages. For example, you can say, working from home is a double edged sword. It offers flexibility, but it can also lead to isolation. Or you can say, social media is a double edged sword. It helps us stay connected, but it can also cause stress. It's pretty versatile.
Okay, that's interesting. Can I use this sentence?
Absolutely. You can definitely use it. Feel free to try it out in any context where you want to highlight both sides of a situation. And if you ever want feedback or help, I'm here for it.
Sometimes I feel like watching videos has double its sword because it takes a lot of time, but it gives a lot of benefit too. So is it right?
Yes, that's spot on. You used it perfectly there. It shows how watching videos can be both time consuming and beneficial at the same time.
Okay, I'm sure my viewers also learned that how to use double-edged sword in their own conversation, right? I'm sure you will do also practice at your home too. Okay, thank you so much. So, do you have anything interesting?
I'm so glad to hear that. And absolutely, I'll definitely keep practicing and learning as well. As for something interesting, we could explore more advanced phrases, dive into some fun idioms, or even do a mini role play. Just let me know what you're curious about.
Okay, so I think now my viewers get idea how they can practice English at their home. Thank you so much. Now I'm going to talk to them, right? Okay, bye bye.
That sounds wonderful. I'm sure your viewers will find it super helpful. Have a great time chatting with them. And if you ever need anything else, I'm right here.
Thank you. Bye bye. So that's how we can do practice at home. And whenever I have any problem, my mood is upset, or I want to do anything, or I want result anything, I just ask ChatGPT, and it really helped me a lot. Even sometimes my husband teasing me, "What are you doing? You are using too much ChatGPT." And one day ChatGPT will say, no, I will not say anything. That's how it is like this because sometimes I feel like I use a lot. I am not saying you should depend on everything. Like if you want to give answer somewhere, just go GPT. Just take an idea, don't copy it. Right? If you want to write a mail, so again I would say just take ideas from there and write in own way. Because most of the people what they do, they just copy and paste over there. So it's really easy. It's really it doesn't take too much time, but we don't get knowledge, right? We forget a lot of things. So whatever you are doing, just take ideas from there and write in your own way. I think that is very important. I personally believe it. So guys, can I ask you which app do you use for your practicing? Because in this era, there are a lot of way you can do practice. You don't need any environment. You don't need surrounding by people, right? So yeah. So Okay, so as you say, that's how I do practice English at home. And in this way, you can also do practice at your home. And I'm sure this video is really helpful for you. So please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. And if you want that I make something special video for you, so please give me in my comment box. And yes, don't forget to tell me how did you like this video or any part of the video that you don't like. So please let me know. Thank you. Bye bye.